Please remain standing We will now have the presentation of colors and the national anthem. Colors will be presented by the United States Air Force Reserve Officers Training Corps. The national anthem will be sung by Shelby Lynn Sellers. Shelby is receiving her Master of Music today. She is accompanied by the students from the Rudy E. Scheidt School of Music, Dr. Albert Wynn conducting. Good morning. Please be seated. I'm Tom Neenan, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. I want to welcome you to the spring convocation of the 110th commencement of the university. We are extremely proud of our graduating class. This semester, we will award 2,713 degrees and certificates from the 13 colleges and schools that comprise the university. This brings the number of degrees awarded since 1912 to well over 170,000. At this time, I'd like to recognize our platform party of key administrators and deans. Please stand. You will see their names in the program. Thank you for being with us today. You may be seated. It is also my pleasure to introduce Matthew White, President of the Student Government Association. Matthew is among the students graduating today. He was receiving the Bachelor of Business Administration with highest distinction from the Fogelman College of Business and Economics this afternoon. Matthew?
Good morning. Family, friends, university staff and administration, and most distinctly, the class of 2022. My name is Matthew White, and it has been my greatest pleasure to serve you as your student body president. There are many people we must thank for having the opportunity of being here today. I'd like to begin with our fellow classmates. I cannot express fully into words what you all mean to me and to each other. we have shared some of the most memorable and satisfying experiences that will last us a lifetime. Next, we need to spotlight our families and thank our professors, advisors, and administrators. We owe so much to you all as you have been so instrumental in our development from young freshmen to seniors who will leave here ready to make an impact on this world. Here we are, a day we thought would never come. I had always imagined it as something way far off in my mind, so I must say how extremely excited I am to be here graduating with you all today. There is no way for me to fully sum up in a few minutes our experiences at the University of Memphis, but I'm going to try. To begin, I'd like to speak on some of the most notable accomplishments we witnessed. For instance, our 2019 football team making it to the Cotton Bowl, which is the first in our program's history, and a New Year's Six Bowl. Last year's basketball team being crowned NIT champions, and having 2 #1 recruiting classes. And lastly, a return to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 8 years. As you can see, our time was one of the best times to be a Tiger athletically. Secondly, and most recently, academically, the university received R1 Carnegie designation as a top-tier research university in which only one other public institution in Tennessee received this classification. And none of this could have been achievable without all of your hard work and dedication. And last but definitely not least, COVID. I understand this word itself brings upon a lot of emotions, most of which are negative. However, the optimist in me sees the last 2 years as a showing of our true Tiger spirit and unequivocally proves that we are driven by doing. That was exactly what was required of us, in spite of the many adversities placed in front of us. And we all can confirm COVID was a monumental adversity that required many sick days, a new form of learning through Zoom, and essentially being trapped in our homes, which led to many mental health issues. And yet we still made it here, Tigers. Through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, we still managed to make it to this day. We didn't see our challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, we understood that the experiences we faced and the adversity we overcame was one of our biggest advantages, preparing us for a world outside of this university. It's because of this that I would consider this class, the class of 2022, the most resilient and prepared class in the history of this university. And it is my hope that this inspires you all to keep going with the reassurance that nothing is too great to overcome. Today is the beginning of the rest of our lives, and I'd like to leave you all with this question in mind. If we were able to achieve all of these achievements and accomplishments with all of the circumstances aforementioned, then is there anything we can't do? Truly, the sky is the limit, class of 2022. Congratulations to you on this massive accomplishment and to the many more I'm confident you'll achieve. This group is truly destined for greatness. Go Tigers.
Thank you, Matthew. It is also my distinct pleasure to introduce the 13th president of the University of Memphis, Dr. Bill Hardgrave.
Before I begin, I want to acknowledge that this is Dr. Neiman's last commencement as provost, and I want to take this opportunity to express our appreciation to him for serving as provost for these last 3+ years. Tom, thank you for your service to our university and to our students. Well, let me add my welcome to you to the spring convocation of the 110th commencement. Today is certainly a great day in the life of the University of Memphis and a significant milestone in your life. You have reached this moment through hard work and dedication, and we are proud of you. We're excited to celebrate with you today and see you move to the next phase of your lives. It is now my pleasure to welcome our commencement speaker, Richard Shadiak, Jr., President and Chief Executive Officer of ALSAC. Shadiak became the President and Chief Executive Officer of ALSAC, the fundraising and awareness organization for St. Jude Children's Hospital, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, in September 2009. Prior to becoming CEO, Chadiak served as the chairman and president of the ALSAC Board of Directors. Chadiak joined the board in 2000. In addition to leading the board, he has served as the vice chair and has been active on a number of board committees, including finance, marketing, strategic planning, building, and special events. He earned a BA in political science from Marquette University and a law degree from Loyola University in Chicago. Please welcome Mr. Richard Chadiak, Jr.
Thank you, Dr. Hargrave, and all of the University of Memphis. Thank you for inviting me to be here with you. Dr. Hargrave, welcome to Memphis, this community, Dr. Hargrave, that embraced me 13 years ago. How's everybody doing? Aren't we a little excited today? All right. So graduates, today we celebrate a special milestone in your academic journey and in your life, your graduation from the University of Memphis. And I want to congratulate all of you. I want to give you a little fact here. Do you realize that you are now a part of about 7% of the world population with a college degree? That's right, 7% of the world population. So now the question today is, what are you going to do with it? Well, today, we should celebrate. But in a few minutes, I want to challenge you to think about the next part of your journey. And I'm not talking about your job. I challenge you to embrace a teaching of Gandhi that's inspired me throughout my 65 years on this planet. Be the change in the world that you want to see. Be the change in the world that you want to see. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not possible to change the whole world. That's a big lift, Rick. I'm just one person. So how do you fill that responsibility? I submit to you by living a life of purpose and by serving. Folks, I'm not talking about checking a box because you have to. I'm talking about genuine service that comes from finding a cause that you're passionate about, living a life of purpose. We all know the world is full of problems today, but in problems, there are possibilities. And where there are possibilities, there are solutions. Let me give you some examples. Helping people experiencing homelessness in Boston, rehabilitating and releasing indigenous animals in South Africa, building a Habitat for Humanity home in Connecticut. And graduates, I didn't make that up. These are entries on one person's resume. She's a fellow member of the class of 22, but she's not here with us in Memphis. She's not even in college. Later this month, she graduates from high school. That's right, high school, guys. Her name is Moira. See, Moira came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital as a fourth grader with a rare subtype of leukemia, one with a 20% chance of survival, meaning 4 in 5 of those kids, many of whom would be right around your age, would pass away. After surviving childhood cancer, she chose to try to change the world through service, living the life she didn't know she would be able to have, and doing so with purpose. So graduates, I ask you to model Moira. And I want you, no matter your circumstance, to find a way to make a life that's better for everyone. I submit to you that education without passion and life without purpose is less than what every one of you is capable of. And here's the thing. It's not daunting. You change the world by making a difference in the life of one. Think about that. It's your path to create. And you know what's amazing? Your impact can stretch far beyond what you ever imagined, perhaps even generations into the future. I'll give you one more example. 60 years ago, one man who's very, very important to me decided to be an agent for change in a way that he never dreamed of. The founder of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, the late entertainer Danny Thomas, a man with a 10th grade education, not a part of the 7% like all of you, who was one of 10 children born into an immigrant family from Lebanon, chose to start a mission and build a research hospital right here in Memphis, Tennessee, called St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's right. And he intentionally placed St. Jude here in Memphis because sadly in 1962, this was a segregated city. And he wanted to make sure that there was a specialty children's hospital that was available to all children, regardless of their race, their creed, their religion, or their economic ability to pay. And he decided to tackle an incurable disease, leukemia, that had a survival rate of 4%. He did this before Moira was even born, before Moira was going to have to come to St. Jude. And I submit to you, isn't this the point of serving a mission? To leave a lasting impact on the world that can stretch beyond ourselves and reach others who we don't even know and likely will never even meet. I promise you this, graduates, you will get more out of serving than you put into it. I promise you that. I leave you with this quote. The great boxer, athlete, and activist Muhammad Ali said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room on earth." So graduates, those of you who are now part of the 7% of the world, how will you pay your rent? What change is it that you want to see in the world? Is it changing social injustice, taking on climate change, curing childhood cancer, securing the rights for the marginalized? Be bold. Be bold, graduates. Find your passion and serve others. Congratulations, God bless, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish.
Thank you, Rick, for your timely, insightful, and meaningful comments. We will now recognize each of the graduates. We draw your attention to the overhead screen that will allow you to have a close-up view of each candidate with President Hardgrave. At this time, I ask our guests to join us in acknowledging the accomplishments of our graduates. The candidates for the doctoral degree will be presented by Dr. Robin Poston, Dean of the Graduate School.
President Hardgrave, I present the candidates for the doctoral degrees. Will the doctoral candidates please rise and remain standing? President Hardgrave, on behalf of the graduate faculty at the University of Memphis, I recommend the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Doctoral graduating class, upon certification by the graduate school that you have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the University of Memphis Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. You will receive the appropriate diploma.
Caitlin Ashley Bear, Dr. Lisa Lux Mendel Pudding. Carolyn Louise Bourgeois. Brianne Catherine Cooper. Mary Oliver Coppedge. Chandra Autumn Cummins. Maddox Claire Droke. Jacqueline Kyungmi Kim. Ashley Corrine Morgan Fuentes. Hannah Carly Sherman. Leah Margaret Strope. Anne Elizabeth Volmer. Matthew Douglas Wosh. Dr. Vicki Nolan Hooding. Derek Alexander Green, Jr., Dr. William Schultis Hooding. Jessica Marie Williams. John Robert Hagan, Dr. John Mueller Hooding. James O. Haar, Dr. Ken Kreitner Hooding. Robert Warren Apple, Dr. Janet Page Hooding. Sean Timothy O'Hara.
At this time, President Hardgrave will confer the graduate degrees. Dr. Poston?
Will all the master's candidates stand and remain standing? President Hardgrave, on behalf of the graduate faculty of the University of Memphis, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred.
Upon certification by the graduate school that you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the University of Memphis Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. You will receive the appropriate diploma. Please be seated.
President Hardgrave, the deans of the colleges and schools of the candidates for the baccalaureate degree will present the undergraduate candidates. As your college or school is introduced, please rise and remain standing for the conferral of the baccalaureate degree. Dr. Richard Bloomer, Dean, College of Health Sciences.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degree from the College of Health Sciences please rise? President Hargrave, on behalf of the faculty in the college, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. Please be seated.
Dr. Larry Slater, Dean, Loewenberg College of Nursing.
Will all candidates for the baccalaureate degree from the Loewenberg College of Nursing please rise? President Hargrave, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend the appropriate degree be conferred. Alcon graduates, you may be seated.
Dr. Radesh Palakurdi, Dean, Kemmons Wilson School of Hospitality and Resort Management.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degree from the Kemmons Wilson School please rise? President Hargrave, on behalf of the faculty of the school, I recommend that the appropriate degrees be conferred. Please be seated.
Dr. Ann Hogan, Dean, College of Communication and Fine Arts.
Will all of the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the College of Communication and Fine Arts please rise? President Hargrave, on behalf of the faculty of the college, I recommend that the appropriate degree be conferred. You may be seated.
Will all the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise? All right, getting undergraduate degrees, stand up. Graduating class of the undergraduate colleges and schools. Upon certification by the dean of your college, you have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation, and by the authority vested in me by the University of Memphis Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. You will receive the appropriate diploma. It is now customary that you move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. Please be seated.
If earning one degree was not hard enough, I want to take this time to acknowledge students receiving double degrees today. Please stand as your name is called. Nikki Alexandra Payne Monson. Deshae Shantae Johnson. William Charles Fight. Tiffany Alexis Goddard. And Natalie A. Scarborough. Had a page. Congratulations on your hard work. Undergraduates who have distinguished themselves in their academic work by graduating with honors are listed in the program and can be identified by their honor cords. As I identify each honors group, please stand. Gold, summa cum laude. Red, magna cum laude. White, cum laude. Each college will now proceed to the stage. The student marshals will lead their class. These undergraduates have the highest academic record for their college. Graduate students precede the undergraduates by college and school.
These are the graduates from the School of Communication Sciences and Disorders. Dr. Linda D. Jarmolowitz, Dean. Mary Grace Barger. Erin Alexa Boudreau. Lauren Rachel Browning. Sydney Marie Burkart. Brianna Paige Burks. Catherine Marie Cassidy. Catherine Carter Crenshaw. Erin Elizabeth Lasney. Emma Griffin Jones. Emma Constance Kuntz. Claire Louise McCord. Valerie Alejandra Munoz. Janine Pekka. Laura Elizabeth Pritchard. Catherine Rose Salduti. Rachel Marie Smith. Alan Elizabeth Swenson. Catherine Taylor Zarrett. These are the graduates from the School of Public Health. Dr. Marion Levy, Dean. Cami B. Austin. Dekedria Danielle Austin. Fumalia Mystery Bowen. Kayla Danielle Brown. Olive Bukuru. Runkayla Kernice Collins. LaKenya Lachey Davis. Shantae Dion Dobson. Natasha Greenleaf Bobo. Tonique Hale. Jordan Holland. Maya Kennedy. Lauren Ashley Krug. Liddell Precious LaFlora. Zachary M. Lindsay. Dweha Magzubu. Vishnu Muva. Sophia Mufti. Lori Jean O'Connor. Daisy Oma Ogila. Kayla Rashawn Ores. Nurali Salish Putel. Angela Shakira Perkins. Rameshwari P. Prasad. Shelley Ruth Prest. Savannah Rosever Getch. Jennifer Sanchez. Natalie A. Scarborough. Kennedy A. Smith. Camille Barnell Tabor Cobb. Dana Majdi Taha. Jordan Allen Taylor. Kagan Marie Vargo. Sunjana Venkasab Sabaro. Brianna Michelle White. Rachel Rintelman Williams. Jamel Lamont Withrow. Jeremy Westbrook. These are the graduates from the College of Health Sciences. Dr. Richard Bloomer, Dean. Kaylee Nicole Davidson, Student Marshal. Maya Ray Gonzalez, Student Marshal. Brittany Denise Hughes, Student Marshal. Koketi Renee Allen. Mallory Lillian Bassett. Joshua Clem Boyd. Kiera Danielle Brooks. Jakivia Kemek Carter. Kirsten Lynn Davis. Natalia Emma Salvador Ellis. Kiana Janine Garner. Cheryl L. Houston Harris. Nakia A. Johnson. Thomas Alton Lackey. Holly Nicole Lucky. Myron Denzel Milliken. Alohwara Ibrahim Ajirari. Jason Lin. Andres Felipe Nira. Alexis Nicole Salters. Luis Boyd Sarter. Khadija Capri Sheard. Sayad Basim Almiri. Destiny Andrea Alexander. Blake Robert Allen. Aisha Naji Al-Shoha. Mark Lehman Ochua Amogliani. Cassidy Kashun Anderson. Lakeisha Marina Anderson. Lakia Rashay Anderson. Eris Noel Goins Arena. Jillian Augustine. Uriah Baker. Timothy Paul Bates. Alexander Thomas Berg. Micah Blair. Nikayla B. Bowden. Kayla Kernicia Bowen. Macy McConnell Boyd. Madison Elise Brindley. Greer Elizabeth Bullow. Jayla Nicole Burns. Terry Falondra Butler. Carolyn Elizabeth Carmack. Reagan Simone Carpenter. Jamila Cabria Carroll. Robert Cartwright. Alexis Marie Castellano. Tina Don Trongshay. Anna C. Kalik. Jada Renee Collins. Tatiana Monique Cooper. Jada Delaney Crutchfield. Peyton E. Davidson. Nadia Nicole DeBook. Cedar Hawk Dean. Jakia Brianna DeWalt. Abigail Lauren DeSalvo. Ariel Renee Dixon. Grace E. Duncan. Juliana Casey Dunn. Nicholas Davis Ernest. Jada Aaliyah Eason. Richard Allen Edmondson. Victoria G. England. Ashanti Renee Esters. Nicholas Michael Ferrante. William Charles Fight. Jarma M. Fleming. Megan Brianna Flynn. Kelsey Madison Frizzell. Audrey Blair Feuerman. John Tyler Foltz. Tiana Garce. Emmanuel Garcia. Oscar Garcia Jr. Unica R. Gatewood. Jade Ana Tonietta Giordano. Sierra Marie Gladney. Megan Marie Gordon. Nakia Danielle Grandberry. Marissa Ashton Green. Aberisha L. Greer. Gracie Ann Griesbeck. Thomas A. Garissum II. Yavelle Dion Hamilton. Jacob Luke Hampton, Aaliyah Dominique Hanks, Elijah Malik Harden, Oneida Helen Harris, Alexandria Kennedy Hastings, Addie Ann Haverkost, Abigail Rose Hertz, Christian Teresa Hill, Ayana Desadra Hilliard, Caitlin Ann Hopper, Tierra Tanae House, Anikia Lachey Ishmael, Brianna Tia James, Catherine Lachey Johnson, Michaela Danielle Johnson, Takayla Shanice Johnson, Nicole A. Jones, Matthew D. Callaher, Julia Nicole Kent, Mary Janae Lee, Noah Y. Lee, Brandy Greer Lester, Dustin Albert Looker, Shanita Lachelle Mack, Andrew Lee Mainers, Zadea Marion, Megan Holly Marshall, Cole Allen Mashburn, Conchetta Katerina Mazzone, Dakota Lynn McDaniel, Jenna Lynn McDaniel, Darren McGee, Jordan B. McMillian, Erica Chanel McNeil, Kevin A. Mendoza, Joya Edna Miller, Brianna R. Millsap, Bria Denise Moore, Lily Ann Morton, Sylvia M. Navarro, Jenny Pham Nguyen, Joshua Michael O'Connell, Christiana O. Odiggi, Savannah Marie Owens, Janki Yogesh Patel, Jasmine Dean Patton, Samantha Carol Pennington, Tiffany LaShawn Power, Latara A. Price, Olivia Heather Puth, Amarani Ramirez, Georgia Danielle Ray, Madison Elizabeth Ray, Kennedy Page Reed, Kevin Terrell Reed, Modena Patrice Reed, Justin Wade Resendez, Aaliyah Kiera Rhodes, Atia Journey Rogers, Amjad Sultan Salah, Nuruddin Youssef Saleh, Laken Sanders, Nima R. Sarwar, Elena Grace Scott, Kaylin Cartel Settles, Zanitria Tatiana Shorty, Kiamini K. Schumann, Jamairu Charisse Schutz, Matthew Parker Sloan, Kirsten T. Smith, Chandler Jameson Span, Mackenzie M. Stanback, Caitlin O. Starks, Rebecca Ellen Starks, Tommy Leroy Stevenson Jr., Brittany Nicole Stoner Meadows, Elena V. Strong, Cassandra Lynn Swift, Jeffrey Swift, Clayton A. Talley, Kiara Janice Taylor. Ryan Christopher Taylor. Tony Durrell Teamer II. Angela Marie Thomas. Lauren Marie Thompson. Annie Tron. Tony Luke Tron. Elise Trin Truong. Erica Jeanette Turner. Dana Villalba. Noah Cy Wallace. Chelsea S. Walton. Brianna Cheyenne Ward. Jasmine L. Watts. Shania Monique White. Zandria Zipporah White. Juanita Starr Whitmore. Amelia Grace Wigley. Carrie Nicole Wiley. Madeline Wilkerson. Audra Imani Williams. Bryce Laurel Williams. Imani Monet Williams. Morgan Nicole Williams. Michelle Denise Williams Miles. Yanila C. Williamson. Mason Donald Wills. Jordan Michaela Winfrey. Kelsey Dawn Witt. Alexia Arnell Wooten. Trinity Lynette Holmes. These are the graduates from the Loewenberg College of Nursing. Dr. Larry Slater, Dean. Miko Leeming McDowell, Student Marshal. Nicole Awudu Adone. Heather Lee Allen. Natasha Yvette Austin. Leslie Smith Baum. Cody Alexander Clark. April Michelle Davenport. Amber Michelle Farmer. Meredith Paige Gately. Carly Lane Gingery. Brandy Keandra Holt. Kimberly Nicole Huzaw. Kismet LaShawn Jones. Kristen Brooke Jones. Natasha Renee Jones. Hannah Marie Keeman. Jean Mary LeBeau. Shakiva Lumas. Rita K. McCoy. Kimberly Jo O'Kelly. Sandra Davita Scott. Shantae Lanier Todd. Marcia Baker Van Alstein. Jonathan Michael Vinson. Natalie Williams Page. Hannah Elizabeth Anderson. Lucretia Valentina Andrews. Anna Grace Applebaum. Natalie Whitfield Arnold. Jada N. Ballard. Emily Erin Barnes. Deandra Rayanne Biggs. Melissa Bovey. Mackenzie D. Box. Tatiana Ponce Baracher. Isabella Aurora Broida. Ashlyn Shea Butler. Courtney Brianna Bynum. Connor Addison Calcutt. Whitney Michelle Carson. Guadalupe Cervantes. Damian Chet Mba. Gracie Page Koch. Gabrielle A. Coopwood. David Huoc Deng. Caitlin Renee Davis. Mark Andrew DeSanctis II. Naomi Keene Demare. Makita Patrice Dobbins. Randall Lawton Duke. Victoria Grace Duncan. Alexis Nicole F. Tink. Ashton Mackenzie English. Jolie Ann Ferreira. Tomasa Flores Fernandez. Lysette Yvonne Flores Montalvo. Brittany Rain Frazier. Rebecca Garcia. Sydney Marie Garcia. Jovan Rose Gulliver. Kyla Savoy Goodlow. Sylvia Gore. Jamie Brooke Grant. Taylor Renee Grant. Bailey Nicole Grimes. Savannah Grace Ham. Michelle Cherie Hancock. Callie Sunshine Harper. Sarah Elaine Harvey. Hope Elizabeth Haynes. Catherine Sulcer Higdon. Tyler Brianna Hill. Bryson Miller Holland. Kristen Camille Horton. Abby Elizabeth Howell. Mylena Lee Huffman. Marisa Shea Hughes. Hannah Lynn Huntley. Sarah E. Ibrahim. Ariel S. Jackson. Tyra Elizabeth Jackson. Whitney Nicole Jackson. Evan Nicole James. Elena Marie Johnson. Corey Sierra Jones. Tanisha Alexandria Jones. Kara Elizabeth Callaher. Savannah Renee Kellen. Sadiqa Kurala. Brooke Diana Langridge. Yunju Lee. Madison Lynn Little. Josephine Cook Lurie. Julia Louise Marinchek. Rika Matthews. Montana Rose Matila. Madison Lynn Mayfield. Carolyn N. McCafferty. Georgia L. McCaskill. Jasmine Patrice McCollins. Melissa Jane McCollum. Jordan C. Mitchell. Rachel Evian Modin. Nala Ahmed Mohammed. Aaron Joseph Moore. Hannah Danielle Morgan. Maya Danielle Morrow. Allison Brooke Nance. Kimberly Nicole Navarro. Megan Lynn Nelson. Emily Brooke Odom. Olapiju Olayton Olatunde Ayakunle. Madison Marie Parson. Jacob Wayne Pfeiffer. Bailey Alexis Pitsos. Nellie Camille Poole. Janice Emily Porter. Grayson Paige Roden. Michaela Brianne Roach. Lorianne M. Robinson. Stephanie Reina Robinson. Bullen Maria Rosas. Havana Vinay Russell. Yusuf Khan Safi. Andrea Saldana. Ma Lourdes Lorente Sarong. Megan Elizabeth Saunders. Derica Latrice Scott. Kaylee Madison Smithmeyer. Jessica Lynn Sobo. Tucker Grace Spencer. Casey Abigail Stallings. Hannah Endalamo Tades. Madison Jane Taylor. Mary Catherine Thompson. Jalisa Shanice Tipton. Bailey Michelle Todd. Emily Susan Tutt. Lindsay Elizabeth 12 Trees. Sarah A. Tyler. Emma F. Upchurch. Hain T. Tuvo. Thea Victoria Walker. Raven Jaleel Warren. Rachel Elizabeth Webb. Jennifer Ann Williams. Raven Martrice Woods. Molly G. Word. Katie Nicole Wyckoff. Jana Nicole Yadashok. Jocelyn Tamia Crawford. Tessa Ray Dunham. Jasmine Jada Briggs. These are the graduates from the Kemmons Wilson School of Hospitality and Resort Management. Dr. Radesh Palakurti, Dean. Caleb Wilson Stone King, Student Marshal. Mary Ahmad Zadegan. Fatamata Jareya Ba. Leroy Conway III. Connor Rains Ernst. Larry J. Etter. Kevin Knight Jr. Joshua David Moss. Morgan Phillips. Christopher Jeremiah Sowell. Maya G. Stevens. Robert Gardner Watson. Jalen Elise Wilson. Jabran Ahmed. Cameron Paul Alexander. Jalen Levon Allen. Zachary Tyrese Biggins. Brandon Wayne Bolton. Caitlin Marie Booker. Eric C. Bradley. Corbin Alexis Cash. Anna Isabel Mary Dawson. Daisha Nicole Dickey. Ona J. James Ellis. Atakelti T. Gebregabsur. Madison Elizabeth Gentry. Cyprian Leopold Godebski. Jayla Hammond. Paige Maria Harrington. Gregory Hines Jr. Lafayette M. Holmes Jr. Gosi Bocham Hunt. Morris Joseph Jr. Joseph Treese Lichterman. Jackson A. McGowan. Jackson Douglas Mills. Darren I. Moore Jr. Marcus Deshaun Nunnatley II. Deja Sade Parker. Christian Drake Hall. Samantha Lee Pilcher. Zealand Michael Silver. Landon G. Smith. Jeremy Tate Jr. Julie Nicole White. Evan Wyatt Williams. Wesley Ellis Yurty. These are the graduates of the College of Communication and Fine Arts. Dr. Ann Hogan, D. Daniel John Ward, Student Marshal. Ashlyn Brooke Abbott. Isaac Manuel Barrantes. Courtney Alexandria Berry. Nelson S. Carney. John Henry A. Jones. Francesca L. Landfair. Taryn Brene McGee. Mire Nederland Henry. Alita Maria Phillips. Tamara A. Sawyer. Kristen Simone Hill. James Ethan Huggins. Paul James Cartwright, Erica Maria Causi, Christian Philip Davis, Rachel Stovall Davis, Kyland Evans, Alexandra K. Filipovich, Clarence Golden III, Haley Nicole Garannon, Tyler Denman Griffiths, Moises Inoyos, Haley Lynn Hughes, MD Shadatul Islam, Janae Lorraine Jeans, Bethany Jensen, Michael Yubu Kazungu, Grace Leellen McCommon, Vivian McDermott, Madison Lane Mullis, Anne Christina Riemann, Christopher James Rose, Shelby Lynn Sellers, Miriam Sharifi Nayestani, Danielle Elise Sierra, Melissa Meng Thielmeyer, Taylor Bell Thompson, Benjamin Robert Wheeler, Larissa L. Whitfield, Amber Chanel Winborn, Raya K. Wooten, Chloe R. Abel, Brenda Acosta Juarez, Logan Thomas Albert, Corey Ellis Albertson, Ellen M. Alexander, Dwewa Raji Alfukaha, Hunter Elizabeth Anderson, Joanna Colleen Andrews, Alan Darrell Avant, Ayana Sierra Baker, Anne Louisa Ballum, Emily Nicole Barron, Catherine Page Bass, Jasmine Alexa Bautista, Kindle Lena Bell, Sabrina Gabriana Bianco, Sun S. Bogan, Latavius De Montes Bolden, Mitchell Lanning Bolin, Valerie Fisher Brakaj, Danielle Glenn Calhoun, Sarah Gail Camp, Alana Berenice Kennedy, Elise Nicole Capodafero, Jordan I. Cardell, Jessica Elizabeth Carr, Connor Davis Casirta, Sarah Nicole Cavallo, Connor D. Chaparro, Sierra Lachelle Clark, Tess Alexandra Cleary, Maisie Dior Clements, Haley Carey Cook, Casey Nicole Cox, Michael James Cox, Samuel Dean Crane, Emmanuel Danielle Collins, Bryant Stevens Dacus, Carmen M. Darden, Hannah Dickerson, Jade C. Doe, Colin Patrick Dunning, Hunter Annette Irvin, Gustavo Espino, Anakin Johan Farmer, Alicia Marie Ferrer, Lucas Michael Finton, Aaron James Fleming, Tierney Donisha Fletcher, Carolyn Elizabeth Frazier, Avery Anna Gardner, Kaylee Victoria Gardner, Hannah Lynn Gibson, Tiffany Alexis Goddard, Hope Nicole Goodbar, Ebony Imoni Green, Razan Hadidi. Kennedy Elise Hall. Jada S. Hampton. Christian Tate Hansen. Haley Brooke Hargrove. Casey Harper. Hershawn Imani Harper. Deanna Marche Harris. Matthew Adam Hawkins II. Philip Austin King Haynes. Sarah Nicole Hines. Victoria Taylor Hendry. Portia Lachey Hernandez. Lydia K. Herring. Alexis S. Hicks. Shariah D. Hill. Destiny Joyce Hinton. Donovan Kyle Hughes. Taylor Nicole Jackson. Carly Nicole Johnson. Daisha Shantae Johnson. Jalen M. Jones. Madison Kendall Jones. Chelsea L. Joyner. Brandon Deshawn Justice. Erica Claire Kinzer. Dwayne Jermel Colapo. Rachel Ann Laney. Chen Yu Lee. Cynthia Camille Long. Mason Garrett Long. Tia Simone Lucas. Abigail Grace Mahoney. Moses David Basilio Martinez. Morgan Gale Massey. Raleigh Tucker Maxwell. Courtney McCaskill. James McCluskey. Zachary Ryan McCullough. Elizabeth G. McKinney. Ethan James McVeigh. Allison Elizabeth Milan. Lamarcus M. Manise. Reese Colin Mitchell. Shelby Nicole Mitchell. Nikki Alexandra Payne Munson. Uriel Montoya. Angie Lanisha Moore. Molly Hannah Morrison. Jakiria Denisha Moss. Brittany Lee Nash. Ethan Lee Neal. Parker George Nelson. Amy C. Nichols. Clara K. Norell. Erica A. O'Brien. Sam Sindel Ortiz. Emily Elizabeth Patterson. Tatiana Cerise Payne. Adrian Perez. Antonia Martez Posey. Amber Elizabeth Price. Lance Rakes. Julia Angelica Rachinos. Rakshanda Ramat. Emily Ann Rourke. Melanie Janet Rodriguez Diaz. Summer Lynn Rowe. Rihanna Jolie Reddick. Kimberly Grace Rushing. Jadesha Takria Sane. Monica Jean Scheinberg. Liadwin Dion Seabury Jr. Takia Sherrod. Matthew Hideki Shibata. Jonathan Dakota Smith. Andrew Pittman Solomito. Lauren Elizabeth South. Jarrett Austin Stevenson. Alyssa Shing Storley. Taylor Sinclair Stump. Jeremy Allen Taylor. Holly Renee Thielman. Alexa Walter Thomas. Savannah Rose Thompson. Bryson Allen Todd. Anthony E. Towns. Danielle Janae Turner. Shannon Catherine Yarutia. Erica E. Van Houta. Malena Jean Voigt. Faith Emily Wagoner. Megan N. Waldrop. Brandon Taylor Watkins. Justin Martinez Wellington Wilson. Kristen Faith Williams. Leja Delilah Williams. Asia Elisa Wilson. Callie Grace Wilson. William Jerome Wilson II. Eva Danielle Winfrey. Grayson G. Wood. Joanna Claire Wright. Summer Sierra Wright. Joshua Dedrick Yarbrough. Richard Clayton Yates. Julian Ire. Chongting Yu. Stephen Isaiah McVales Watson II.
Congratulations, graduates. I am sure you will want to join me in expressing a genuine sense of gratitude to a group of very special people. For several semesters now, they have worked with you as you pursued your educational goals. At this time, I'd like to ask the group of faculty and administrators who are here today to please stand so we can recognize you and thank you for all that you've done. Faculty, administrators. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you. Following the alma mater, students and guests are requested to remain in their seats for the recessional of the platform party and faculty. Thank you.
Stand firm, O alma mater, through the years to come. In days of youth and beauty, the